this computer. Okay. All right. So thank you, all of you guys here for joining. Those of you going to watch the replay, I thank you so much for checking this out. This presentation is about creating an irresistible offer. And this assume, of course, this is what this assume. This assume that you're in the process of creating an offer. This is the assumption. You are here because you want to create an offer that's like at least 500 bucks more. 500 bucks and more. So it's for courses, and then it's for high ticket offers, like anything above $1,000. So quick background, my name is Berg, physical therapist, high ticket coach. And basically what I do is I help people go from undercharging for their services to improving their messaging so that they can attract and enroll high paying clients. So the reason why I'm doing this, if you want to attract high paying clients, you need this vital skills of creating an offer, right? Because this is the whole messaging, the content, everything that you're going to be posting, if you're selling something, has to relate to the offer. So the offer comes first before the content, for the messaging and everything else, right? So now, this is, how does this, if you want to create an irresistible offer, see, the first thing that you need to understand is these two things, right? So on the one hand, you have somebody's need, what they need, and then on the other hand, you have what they want. And then in between those two sections, you have what you call the desire. Let me just put that here. Now, to better illustrate this example, I'm going to give you a perfect example of what I do. Like, as I said before, I'm a physical therapist. So I'm working that day, and this guy comes into the clinic, and he has back pain. I'm just going to draw a picture of him. He's got a cane going on. Now, it's bad drawing, but you get my point. So he's coming to PT. And his whole demeanor is like, I do not want to be here. Like, I do not want to be here at all. So when I take this guy out back and try to talk to him, he's like, hey man, listen, like, my doctor sent me here. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, they send me here because I got to be here. Like, I've tried massage, I've tried dry needling, I've tried acupuncture, I tried chiropractor, nothing is working, right? I don't want to waste my time here. Do what you got to do so that I can leave here. Of course, the moment I hear this, of course, I'm like, challenge accepted, because you're already here. If you're already here, that means you're expecting something, right? So this guy comes in, he doesn't want to do anything, doesn't want to come back for physical therapy. So then I started asking him questions. And eventually the conversation turned into, like, I haven't been able to do stuff. Like, I'm getting frustrated now. My grandson is like 3. He's running around, and then I'm like, perfect. Like, this guy talks about it. He mentioned his grandson like 4 times. So now I'm like, okay, so this is how, if I want to get this guy to come back, like, I have to incorporate his grandson into my pitch, because if I don't mention anything about his grandson, I'm not getting this guy back. So now I'm like, listen, I know you had this pain for a long time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fully get rid of your back pain completely, because you had this for like 7 something years. But can I make it so that you can kneel down and play with your son? You can lift your grandson. You can run around with your grandson, even for like 20 minutes. Like, is that something you would like? And then his whole attitude changed the moment I mentioned that. All of a sudden, he's receptive. That's how I knew I made him an offer that he was receptive to. So now, how does that fit into creating an irresistible offer? I think the first thing you need to understand is the problem. Like, what is the problem? First thing you need to grasp is the problem that you're solving. I'm gonna get to the pitch later, but the first thing you need to understand is the problem. So for this guy who came to physical therapy, what was his main problem? Like, from the outside looking in, or for him, you would say that he has lower back pain. But if, as the physical therapist, as a business owner who treat people for lower back pain, if I only stop at, hey, this guy's problem is lower back pain, I'm not going to get the full picture. So what I need to do now is understand what are the scenarios that this guy is having. What is the scenario this guy find himself because he has back pain? So what are the scenario that he find himself? Okay, he can't lift. Okay, he can't sleep well. He can't stand for too long. He can't walk around for too long. He said he walked 20 minutes and he has to sit down because his leg start to feel heavy. So these are the scenario that I need to understand. Like, because if I know that this guy's having all this issue, then let's say my business is on social media, then I can create content around all these things. I can create content around all these scenarios because that's what's going to attract me. If I'm creating content, those are the things that's going to attract this client towards me because I'm talking about the scenario that he's experiencing every day. Yeah, he knows that he's got back pain, but man, if I start talking about him, and you can't lift stuff, you can't lift your kids, you can't do this, you can't do that, like you can't even walk to the beach with your wife because of back pain. Now all of a sudden, now I'm talking about the problem. I'm also targeting the emotions. And by the way, if you're gonna create an offer, this is also what you need to be able to craft an offer. You need to understand all these little scenarios because these little scenarios tells you that this person has a profile. And you need to understand that profile. What I call this the scenario A. Like to create an offer is basically taking somebody from, this is an offer, what an offer is. Offer is taking somebody from point A to point B, right? You need to understand what the point A is. What is the point A? The point A is the scenario that they are experiencing. The point A are the scenarios that they're experiencing. So for this guy, his point here is, I can't. I have back pain. That's like the main thing, but I can't lift. I can't sleep well. I can't walk for long distance. Like I can't go down and sit down in a toilet because it's cause a lot of pain. I can't hang around with my wife and go to a restaurant and walk on the beach, all that stuff. I can't play around with my grandson because those are the scenarios that I need to understand if I want to create an offer. Because guess what? If I'm creating an offer, I'm gonna include things in the offer that helps this person with this, with this, with this, with this. Because if I don't address that when I create the offer, I lose this person. The same way, this is why also it's important to understand the point A of a person. Like if they come into you from, I have this issue, you need to understand it because not every lower back pain is the same, right? Somebody who's 15 years old come to you with back pain, I'm not going to make them the same offer as somebody who's 65 years old. The same way, if I do business coaching, I'm not going to make the same offer to somebody who's new as to somebody that's already making like, I don't know, like $1,000 a month already because they have different issues. So the first thing you understand when you need to make an offer, you need to understand, you need to understand this. You need to understand point A. What are the scenarios? How is this person profile looking like? What are the challenges? What are the challenges? Because as long as I understand all the different scenarios as this person experiencing, then I can create a better offer and pitch him a better offer that will get him to point B. So for this guy, for this guy, his scenario is cannot lift, can't play with his grandson. I'm just writing this whole thing again. Can't play with his grandson, can't walk on a beach with his wife. There are multiple different things, but this is a scenario that's very, very top of mind because this is what he's thinking about all the time. Oh my God, I can't do this, I can't do that because of this back pain, because of this, because of that. Because I'll tell you this, like, they say, yeah, people know I did have back pain, but this hurts more. I can't, this hurts more. Not being able to do the things that you used to do, those one hurts more. And this is what you need to address when you're building an offer. And this is what you need to address when you creating content on social media to get people to kind of like listen to you and want what you have to offer. You have to speak to the first of all, this is the what they call the pain point. You have to speak to that pain point. And I know a lot of people hear those pain point, right? You say they hey, talk about pain point, talk about pain point. But oftentimes people talk about pain point as it relates to what they think the problem is. As it relates to what they think the problem is. Like, I think you have this. No, that's not the pain point. You need to hear it from the person that tells you, hey, like, I can't do this. Now, that's a pain point because they're telling you straight from their mouth. There are other things that you can do to find out, like, the person's pain point. But ideally, it's not what you think the problem is, it's what they're telling you the problem is. So the first thing you need to understand is those pain points because when you build the offer is going to address all of these pain points. Now, the second thing you need to understand, and this is the major part, it's the outcome. Like, you can't create an offer. The offer is going to solve a problem. It's going to solve a pain point. But once you solve the pain point, what are they going to get? The pain point is the result, aka the transformation. Like, I'm sure you've heard about this a bunch of times. Result, transformation. They also call them outcomes. What is the outcome of your offer? What is the result of your offer? What is the transformation? Okay. So for business coaches, you see that, hey, like, I can help you make 10K a month. That is a transformation. That is an outcome. For me, for this guy that I was dealing with in the clinic, the result that I was offering him was very simple. Hey, I cannot get rid of your pain completely. I can't guarantee that, but what I can guarantee is you being able to play with your grandson for like 30 minutes, 20 minutes without your back pain is going up to the roof. And he was receptive to that because that's what he wants. Now, this is the thing, right? This is what makes your offer irresistible. You got to give people the outcome that they want. Very different. There's a need and there's want, right? So what does this guy's need? What does he really need to get his back pain better? Man, if I'm using my knowledge as a physical therapist, this guy needs stretching. He needs stretching. He needs strength training. He might need some massage. I'm just throwing things at the top of my. He might need stretching. He might need strength training. He might need massage. He might need positive talk, positive environment, because he's already in an environment. He's already in a place where he doesn't think he's gonna get better. So I need to create an environment for him that's positive so that he can come back here. That is what he needs. That is what he really needs to get better. These things. But question is that what he really wants? Does he want stretching? Does he want strength? Does he want massage? Does he want positive environment? Absolutely not. That's not what he's here for. Like, that's what he needs, but it's not what he wants. What he wants is to be able to play with grandson. If I create an offer, if I give this guy an offer and I don't mention this, and I'm only focusing on these ones, I lose him. He's not going to come back. Because all this stuff here already sounds overwhelming to him. He's not about that. He's not on board with all this stuff, but he's on board with this. He's on board with that. He's on board with playing with his grandson. So you can think about the reason why I'm mentioning this, right? The reason why I'm mentioning the wants. Do you know how many people have a problem but don't change anything? Like I know bugs. They have a problem. You can tell them you have a problem. They know how to fix, well, they might not know how to fix it. They have a problem. They know where they can find a solution for the problem, but they still don't try to get the solution. Why? Because they don't have a desire for the solution. They don't have a strong want. They don't have this. They don't have a strong want. Perfect example is a friend of mine. She's getting married. She's been talking about, I want to lose like 10 pounds for the longest time. Like for the past 2 years, she's been talking about, I want to lose 10 to 15 pounds. Never does it. I've sent her 20 coaches who can help her lose weight. Never sign up. Never sign up. She knows she needs to lose weight, but she hasn't done anything about it because her wants is not strong enough. Now, all of a sudden, she got engaged and the wedding is in 7 months. All of a sudden, she's like, Berg, send me all the coaches that you need, because I need to lose 15 pounds right now. But all of a sudden, her want is up because her want is up. Because her want is up, then her desires went up. Her desire to lose weight went up because all of a sudden she needs to lose weight for a wedding. She can't be out here looking crazy for her wedding. So when you're in the process of creating an offer, right? It's not just, yes, you need to know the problem that your people have. Like the problem that your people have in terms of like how they say it in their own version, their own perspective. You need to know that. I'm gonna write this down. Their own perspective, because that's very important. Sometimes people think they know their customers, but what they're telling me is their diagnosis of the customers. Like for example, my clients, for example, their main issue is they don't know how to get clients. They don't know how to get clients because they can't get clients. They can't get money. This is what they tell me all the time. Now, if I come here and say, "Oh, I know your problem is messaging," they're gonna be like, "What? What are you talking about? Like I can get clients." Like I know the reason why they can't get clients because their messaging is not good. But in their head, they're not thinking about messaging. They're thinking about, I'm posting every day, I can't get clients. So you have to understand the client's problem from their own perspective, number one. Number two, you need to give these people an outcome that they want. This is those two main things that you need to make an irresistible offer. Now, what's gonna go into building an offer? So when you build the offer, what's gonna go into this offer? To help somebody get from point A to point B, let's say point B for my guy is, his guy is play with grandson. Okay, so that is the outcome. Play with grandson. What do I need to do in my offer to get this guy here? So, or what I'm gonna do in my offer to get this guy here is, number one, I need to improve his mobility. That's just an example. I need to help him improve his mobility. Why? Because if I can help him improve his mobility, he can kneel down and play with grandson. Right? Kneel down and play with grandson. Every single thing I work on is to help him get to here. Play with grandson. What else does he need? He needs strength. This is what I'm going to design my offer to do. I'm going to design my offer to work on his mobility. I'm going to design my offer to work on strength. Why does he need strength? He needs strength because he needs to pick up grandson. Pick grandson up, lift him in the air. Why? His grandson probably weighed 40 to 50 pounds. And 40 to 50 pound aggravates his back. So I got to get this guy's back to a point where he can tolerate lifting at least 50 pounds. Same thing. Like for me, like for my own business, like if I want to get people to get their first high ticket client, right, the first thing I need to work on is understand who their ideal audience is, right? Understand the customer journey, understand what problem they're going to solve. Why? Because if they understand what problem they can solve, then that means they can create a better offer. And if they create a better offer, then it's easier for them to get clients. Everything that you do here should relate to point B, should relate to the outcome that you're delivering. You're not creating an offer and then you throw in everything in the offer because you think it's good. It's like, oh, they need this. Oh, they need that. Oh, they need this one. Oh, they need this one. Sometimes people add way too much on their offer. And because they have way too much, your customer gets overwhelmed as they do the offer and they don't stay for coaching. But when you tailor the offer to give you this specific result, which is point B, whatever that point B is for you, then you tend to be a little bit more strategic about what you work on with someone in the offer to get them to that destination. Like another example, if I'm working with there's new coach, let's say I have an offer, that helps somebody get consistent high ticket client every month, right? That is the offer. I can work with you for 3 months and I can get you consistent high ticket client in month. Now, so that is my point. That right there is destination. That is point B. Okay, what is the point A here? This is why I tell you, you need to understand the point A, the scenarios that your clients are walking into. You need to understand this because depending on the person, point A looks completely different, right? I can work with, let's say there's two people. Let's say there's new coaches, and then there's coaches who've been in business for 2+ years. Okay, you got this group and you got this group. Now, I'll tell you something. If I create an offer, even though both people want the same thing, they want consistent client, but what I include in the offer to get them to consistent client is going to look completely different for this person and this person. This is why I say it's important to understand the point A of your person. Point A to point B. How is this person coming to you? Like, who is this person and what are the challenges that they're experiencing when they come to you? Because if you're going to create an offer to help with this person, you need to understand their worldview. You need to understand the scenario that they're dealing with, the challenges that they're dealing with. And new coaches have, I would say, struggle. And put struggle number one, and then struggle number two. And then coaches who have experience have struggle number two. They don't have the same struggle. They might want the same thing, but they don't have the same struggle. A new coach, if I'm creating an offer to get clients consistently, and I'm marketing with new coaches, I'm marketing to new coaches. New coaches, for example, don't understand anything about marketing. They're scared to post on social media. They have major imposter syndrome. They don't know how to do reels. They don't know how to do carousels. They don't even know what niche they should go in. Like, if I'm creating an offer with this person, like, it's going to look completely different from the coaches who've been in the business for 2 years. Now, all of a sudden, I don't need to include in my offer if I'm working with coaches who are experienced, I don't need to include that they need to create reels. I don't need to include like a process for them to create carousel. I don't need to explain Instagram to them because that'll be a waste of time. They've been in business for 2 years. It's veteran. It's the same thing if you're working with somebody who wants to do same strength training. They want to gain like 10 pounds of muscle. The approach that you take this person to get 10 pounds of muscle is going to be very different from if the person has never trained a day in their life to if this person have been, they have like a consistent, they have been training, they have been strength training for like 3 to 4 years. The approach is going to be different. The exercise is going to be different. It's the same concept when you're creating an offer, right? If you're creating an offer, you need to understand the scenarios that your client is walking in, the challenges that they're walking in, so you can tailor that offer based on that specific challenge. And that's what the same thing, and that's why sometimes you see people sell an offer, and then you have like different. Some people have like crazy result, and then other people hate the program. Why is that? Because they don't specify, they don't do their due diligence to specify who exactly the offer is for. Because, if I have an offer to help people make like 50K a month, and then a new coach sign up for the offer, they're gonna have a hard time making 50K a month because there's so many things that they need to learn to make that 50K a month. As opposed to somebody who walked into the program, they're already making 20K a month. They just need a little bit of tweaking to make 50K a month. That person is gonna get result a lot faster. This is why sometimes you see like those gurus program, like you have on the one hand, you have people who love them, and on the one hand, you have people who hate them. That's because the people who hate them, it's just too much for them because what's in the program is just way too much. Like it's not tailored for them specifically. Yes. So this and also this is the thing too. Now that you know how to create an offer, to create the offer, you need to take the person from point A to point B. You need to understand point A and you need to understand point B. Point B is always the outcome that they want. I'll put desire, that they desire, or close to it, or offer that they desire, or an offer or close to what they desire. And then how I'm going to build that offer depends on all the different scenarios the person here comes with. So the scenario could be the specific challenges that they go through. Like one of the things you can do is just like think about your ideal client, like the person that you want, and then just write down all the list of challenges, or just write down the major challenge that they have. All right, if somebody wants to lose weight, for example, okay, I want to lose weight. Okay, and then start writing, why can't this person lose weight? Depending on the person, the challenge is going to be different. If it's a CEO, if it's somebody who's been trying to lose weight before, their challenge is going to be a little bit different than somebody who's never tried to lose weight before. And once you understand the specific challenges, then basically you take those specific challenges, you create step by step. You create steps in your offer, teaching what they call the module. You create teaching modules in your offer that will help them overcome the specific challenges, and eventually they will get to that desired goal that they want. And then the way you pitch this offer, you got to talk about all the different scenarios. How do you pitch this offer to make it irresistible? Number one, if you want to attract pitch offer, if you want to attract people who want to pay, you got to talk about the outcomes that you deliver. How do you pitch the offer? Talk about the outcomes that they want. I can't tell you how many coaches I see who post content every single day, but never talk about their offer, never talk about what result they can give people. Like if you want to attract people who want to pay you for this and who want this result, you have to talk about this result. Talk about the outcome that they want all the time. And then talk about the specific challenges or scenarios that they go through. Okay. Talk about the outcome that they want. Hey, listen, I have a program that can help you lose 20 pounds in, I don't know, like 5 months. Okay, you spend like a month talking about, hey, I have a program that can help you. I have a program for, I don't know, I have a program for people for bodybuilders that can help them lose 20 pounds in like 6 months so they can get ready for their competition. Let's say your niche is in working with bodybuilder. You talked about this outcome for a whole month. There's no way you cannot get clients. And then you start talking about the specific challenges that they go through. I don't know. I'm gonna make up something. Specific challenge that a bodybuilder who's trying to get ready for competition go through. I don't know. Let's say like they can't figure out how to train like 3 times a day without they can't work. They want to, let's say the specific challenges is they want to work out twice a day, but they can't recover from the first workout, so they can't work out another time. So then your job is to talk about, hey, here's how I can help you. One of the issue that I see my clients have when they want to get ready for a competition is they want to lose weight and they want to bulk up and they want to try to work out two times a day, but they can't recover fast enough to do a quality workout the second time. Like you start talking like this, there's no way you cannot grab somebody's attention. Hey, I know you want to work out 2 times a day to lose weight so that you can get ready for your competition, and and you're not able to do that. Here's what you can do. Here's what you can do so you can work out 2 times a day so you can lose that weight and get ready for a competition. Here's what you're not doing. Here's why you cannot. Here's why this is the best one. Here's why you're having difficulty working out 2 times a day to get ready for your competition and lose that weight. If somebody who's been trying to work out 2 times a day to get ready for a competition, they see that title, they're gonna want to pay attention. Here's what you can do to work out 2 times a day. Hey, here's what's stopping you from not being able to work out 2 times a day to get ready for your competition and lose weight. And then always link this to your offer. You see what I just did? I mentioned the specific challenges that they have, and then I link it back to the outcome. Always link it back to this outcome. Always. So this is how you pitch your offer. Or this is how you pitch, or I would say like promote. This is how you promote the offer. You talk about the outcome that they want, whatever that outcome is, or you start talking about the specific challenges that they're going through, and then you link it with the outcome. Always link the specific challenge that they have with the outcome. Like, let's say you want to post something about squat. If you're posting a video exercise about squat, you got to relate it to the main outcome that you provide your client, the main outcome that you provide with your main offer. Hey, you see me squatting this, you see me doing like, I don't know, like deficit, like you see me lifting this weight in this particular way. This is to help me. This is what I do to help my clients, this, and that. Always link it to what you have to sell because you have to sell something. And then you talk enough like that in your content, in your post, this is how you make your offer kind of irresistible. But of course, there's also the direct offer post where you just create a post where you talk about your offers directly. And anytime you make a direct post to talk about your offer specifically, you got to mention this bad boy right here. Always mention the result that you want people, and always mention the specific challenge you're going to get them overcome. Like for me, for the offer that I'm promoting right now, the way I pitch it is, hey, I have an offer for people who've got who are tired of working with people at $200, $300, and cannot, and who are tired of not being able to give them the major transformation they want. This is the point A of my ideal client, and this is the offer that I have for you. I'm gonna work with you for 3 months, and then we're gonna work on the following to help you start attracting and signing high paying clients, so you can stop discounting your services. And then I go list what I'm going to work on with them to help them get to the outcome that they want, which is attracting and signing high paying clients. And then you promote that offer for like 30 days. You find different ways to promote that offer. You can talk about the specific challenges. You can talk about steps that you take in your offer to help them get to that goal. So there's not much really when it comes to, like, if you're creating a high ticket offer to make the offer irresistible. It has to come with, you have to do your research to figure out the main challenge that you're gonna solve with your offer, and what is the outcome that your ideal client will want when they go to that offer. Close to it, if not close to it, if not specifically the outcome that they want, or close to it. What I see people do often is they have an offer, but they don't mention the main result people get when they're gonna work with them. This is the recipe to not sell any or your offer at all. Never talking about the result that you provide. Okay, in a nutshell, this is it, guys. This is the process that you go through to get someone to want what you have to sell. You have to talk about the specific challenge that they're going through, and you have to link it with the main outcome that you're gonna give them. And that main outcome is it. Like, this is the where the money is. You gotta talk about the outcome that they want. Now, Mario is still here. Like, I know I just dropped a lot of bomb at you. Like, what questions do you have, my guy?
I don't have any specific questions, honestly. I was just really enjoying learning like what it is you have to, to say and point out. I think the reiteration of like putting out the offer and really, like you said, you can't just put a video out and just, mention parts of it. You really got to continue to relate to the offer. I think that was a good reminder and review for me and to hear it and things of that nature. So honestly, it was just good overall. I didn't have a specific question as much as to see your take on it and enjoyed it.
Thank you for showing up, man. But this is the thing. Like, I see a lot of people have it's like they have offers, but they're in the background, like working on the offer, but they don't promote it. Like, they don't promote it at all. They don't tell people like, hey, like, this is the result that you can get if you work with me. Like, if you want to attract clients that's, I don't know, going to pay, you have to tell people like, hey, this is the result that you can get. I think mostly people think, hey, just because if I mention my offer too many times, like, I'm gonna lose followers. Yeah, so what? Yeah, you lose followers. Like, you want people who want to buy. You don't want to just increase your audience. By the way, this is a mistake that I made, Mario. Like, earlier, like, when I was doing social media, I'm getting all these followers, but I can't get a single person to buy my stuff. I can get a single person to buy. Why? First of all, I never told people like what I have to offer. This is the number one thing that I see a lot of people do it. They posting content on social media, but they never tell people not once, hey, like, I got this. Hey, listen, if you think my free content is good, like, yo, I got something to sell. Like, I got this offer. Like, this is gonna be revolutionary. People don't do that enough, and I think there's this belief that if you talk about your offer too much, then you're gonna lose followers. Yeah, you're gonna lose followers. You're gonna lose the people that are sick and tired of hearing you talking about your paid program, because they're not here to buy your paid program. They're here to get the free stuff. Like, there needs to be a balance. Like, my rule of thumb is that always talk about the result that I can give people, always, so that they know the result that I can give you, always. Because if I don't do that, like, if Microsoft if all these companies are spending billions of dollars every day to advertise their product so that I can be aware of their product, who am I to say, hey, listen, I think I talk about my offer too much? Like, this is ludicrous. But this is just my little rant. Mario, if you don't have any questions, this is where I stop the recording. And I thank you a lot for coming. And by the way, if you have a friend who, if you know anyone who have, they having like difficulty with this issue with promoting their offer, with getting clients and whatnot, I'm planning to do this free training till at the end of the month. So well, till like mid-April. So if you know anyone, just send them over, because I'm gonna be doing this every Thursday. And if you have any topics that you'd like me to cover for next Thursday, just send me a DM and I'll cover it. All right.
Yeah, definitely will do. I have a few people in mind. I'm definitely gonna send your way.
All right. Thank you very much, my man. Listen, you have a great night. And again, if you have any question, man, just feel free to reach out. All right.
Will do. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye bye.
Yeah.